All right, people, going live on the website today. We are back in New Mexico, more specifically, north central New Mexico's Rio Arriba County. And of course, guys, this is one of our favorite parts of the state, not only because it is so scenic and picturesque, as you can see from the footage here, but because owning land out here gives you the ability to take advantage of so much of what this part of the state has to offer, irrespective of season. In fact, I would say this is one of the best parts of the state, particularly for outdoor lovers, because within any part of the county you buy land, you will be within only a short drive of the Rio Tzama, for instance, perfect for fly fishing, the El Vado Heron and or Abacu Lakes, perfect for boating. You got the Carson National Forest and other big game resorts, perfect, of course, for hunting, the Taos Ski Valley, perfect for winter sports, and you've even got the Navajo Marina, the second largest body of water in the state, close by in San Juan County. And they have a ton of great stuff to do out there, including jet skis, party boat rentals, so on and so forth. The other nice thing, people, if you can believe it, there is another nice thing about this region is the zoning, which is to say, there is none. Not really, but you got my point. It's very lax, guys. It's very lax. Point being, it is an area that is far more permissive about RV use, RV living, as well as developing what we will call non-conforming structures than any other part of the state. And today we are going to discuss not one, not two, but rather multiple new properties, all located in this picturesque county, perfect for just such a thing. Now, people, let me just say this. This video is going to be a little different than what we normally do because we're doing a bit of an experiment here at Hemingway Land. You see, up here in Rio Arriba County, just outside Tierra Amarillo, we have two of what we will call, relative to the region, small dollar subdivisions, where I have been looking for an excuse to buy land in for some time. The two subdivisions are basically sister subs, occupying all the land you see here, with the one on the west being the Tzama River Estate subdivision, and the one on the east being the Tzama subdivision. And take note, guys, Tzama is spelled with a T, that's T-Z-A-M-A, so there's a good possibility I'm mispronouncing that, but you get the point. I'm assuming the T is silent. Whatever the case, these two subs are similar to what we find in other parts of New Mexico, which I have discussed in other videos on this channel. Namely, they were the product of overzealous developers who bought up a bunch of land, subdivided everything up into half-acre lots, resold them, and then, when environmental regulations in the state later made it difficult to build on lots of that size, the areas went largely undeveloped. People didn't build, so utility companies didn't extend power lines, and the county stopped worrying about maintaining the roads. That is why, flash forward to today, you have all of this, what we will call RV-friendly, undeveloped land in a location as enviable as this one. Now, keep in mind, guys, the lots fall under that 3/4 acre threshold, whereby, yes, you can build on them, but it becomes a lot more complicated, number one. Additionally, number two, if you did want to develop the land, you're probably not anywhere close to power lines, so you're going to have to bring your own energy source. And while both of those two things, I know anyone who's looking to live off-grid or vacation their RV can deal with, here, however, comes the problem. Most of the roads in these two subdivisions look like this. And thus, people, I am reluctant to buy and attempt to sell anything under the description RV friendly if you can't physically drive the RV to the land. And that is why, people, I decided long ago I would only buy out here if we can either, one, buy in bulk in such a quantity whereby we could recombine smaller parcels into larger ones, or two, at least find properties with decent road access whereby the description RV friendly would not feel quite so disingenuous. All right, so with all that said, get ready to be impressed, people, because today, as part of our new Rio Arriba County land acquisition experiment, we have not one, not two, but rather three new properties that check all of the aforementioned boxes. And one of them even comes with an abandoned camper already in place. So, journey with me now to our New Mexico listings page where I will discuss in equal measure these three properties. They are reference numbers RANM12489, D like David, 1.2 acres, priced at $9,500. B like Bravo, also 1.2 acres, priced a scooch higher at $10,000. And finally, A like Apple, this is the one with the camper on it, 3/4 of an acre, priced at $10,500. And where, pray tell, are these three properties located? Well, people, if we go back to the map here, we will again see the entire Tzama subdivision laid out in front of us. These three properties, however, are not buried deep in the recesses of the unreachable forest areas, nay, but rather right up here by the highway. And while I would love to go to a plat map that shows you all three at once, for some reason, even though they're all on the same block, they are separated into two different plats. This one, which shows lot 1, the A property, and then this one, which shows lots 3 and 4, the B property. And of course, continuing their unbroken streak of being terrible at filing things or retrieving said files, the Rio Arriba Clerk's Office claims there is no plat, 0 plats, for the next 2 lots. So instead, guys, I will direct your attention to Land ID, where I will be able to demonstrate that lots 23 and 24 are the D property located right here. So once again, that's A over here, B over here, and D over here. And yes, guys, B and D share a border, and if anyone would like to purchase them together and buy 2.4 acres total, we will gladly knock $1,000 off the purchase price. Anyway, let's go through them one by one. So, as noted, the A property is this corner lot over here. It is located just south of the highway and has road access along State Road 485. And of course, as you can imagine, the state road is very well maintained, as we can see here. Now, should be noted, guys, the state road is going to take you 100% of the way to this property and 99% of the way to the other 2 lots. The final roads, one which is called Rama Loop, looks like this. So, not great, but you don't have to drive very far on it. Either way, very easy to get to in your RV. Additionally, it should be noted, probably looks a little better when it's not photographed in winter. Just saying. Whatever the case, the A property is a 0.76 acre lot, which means that it exceeds the 3/4 acre threshold for a conventional well, a conventional septic, and more conventional development, should you so choose. The terrain, as we can see from the photos here, has a lot of nice flat cutout areas, perfect for parking, camping, building, and a lot of nice tree cover for some additional privacy. Now, as noted, this is the one with the abandoned camper on it. This is what that looks like. And as always, guys, we should remind you that here at Hemingway Land, we buy these properties as is, and we sell them as is as well, meaning that anyone who buys the land will also get the camper. And just a quick thing to note here, guys, I have no idea how long that's been out there and when the last time it was used, and nor did the previous owner, who owned the property for something like 2 years, around that much time, and he claims to have never set foot on it either. So, long story short, I have no additional insights into the camper, but of course it is yours to do with as you please if you purchase the property. Next, let's go to property B, which sits just a little further west along Rama Loop. It is a combination of 2 adjacent lots totaling 1.2 acres, and much like the A property, has some nice cutout regions, some tall ponderosa pines, providing some nice privacy, and just the usual really pretty scenery that you get in this part of the state. And finally, guys, the D property sits just south of this one. I would love to tell you the name of the road that's on, but again, no plat map from the county. Whatever the case, it too is a combination of 2 adjacent lots totaling 1.2 acres of land with some tall trees, a lot of vegetation, and some nice views of the surrounding valley. Based on the photos we got back, this one appears to have a little less of the flat cutout regions, but my guess is you spend a week out there clearing brush and that problem goes away. Now, it's worth noting, guys, that all of these lots sit just shy of the entrance to the sub, which, located about a 1/4 mile north of the properties, is the place you will find the nearest power lines. Here's what that looks like. Point being, these are most likely off-grid properties unless you can afford to get power extended. Now, here in this photo, we see the paved State Road 162, which will take you into nearby Tierra Amarilla. TA, as I'm guessing the locals call it, is a small town with a gas station, a convenience store, a couple schools, churches, and a medical clinic. It is, however, also home to your 2 nearest attractions I discussed earlier, namely the Elvado and Heron Lakes. And it should be noted, guys, that up here in Rio Arriba County, you are on Game Management Units 4 and 52, depending, which will give you the ability to hunt a lot of trophy-quality elk and mule deer. In addition, there's a number of big game hunting ranches nearby, most notably Fishtail Ranch. Now, before we wrap this one up, I do want to mention that we have 2 other properties debuting this week in the aforementioned Tzama River Estates. These are priced a lot lower than the other 3 lots I discussed because they're a little smaller, number 1, a little harder to access, number 2, but both of them, of course, still worth checking out, particularly because they are priced more affordably and still offer access to many of the great same attractions, especially if you're just looking for land to use seasonally or for occasional visits. Additionally, of course, the money you save on the purchase price can go to helping you develop the land. So if you would like to purchase this property, we have one of 2 ways in which you can do it. For cash buyers, those who can pay the entire purchase price all at once, simply come up here, click the Buy Now button, and you will be taken to this screen, which details the purchasing process for you, whether you elect to pay our company directly or if you prefer to close and fund the deal through title and escrow. Either way, the whole thing begins with a $500 deposit, and then we get you documentation within 24 hours. If you elect to pay us directly, that documentation will include a copy of a new deed, which, once approved by you, we will sign, notarize, and mail off to the county. The county will record it, and congratulations, the property will officially be yours. And yes, guys, it's really that easy. If, however, you do not trust paying this much money over the internet to people you've never met, we completely understand. Fortunately for you, we have the title escrow option, and the way that one works is that you place the $500 down, we get you a sale purchase agreement, you sign it, we sign it, submit it to the title company, and they do the rest. And when we say do the rest, guys, that includes, but is not limited to, giving us a new deed to sign and requesting funds from you. Funds, which, by the way, will be released to us only once the property has been deeded into your name and recorded with the county. If, however, you do not have the entire purchase price of the land right now today, that brings us to the second way in which you can purchase this property, and that is on terms, aka an affordable down payment, followed by subsequent monthly payments. And if we click the Buy Now button on this option, we will learn what the terms are on this specific property with the down payment, monthly payment, term, and the same as cash period described here. And the way this one works is that once you make the down payment, we get you documentation, again, within 24 hours, for you to review and approve. And as always, guys, between now and the time that you pay the property off, you'll have a land contract with our company demonstrating your equitable interest in the property. That land contract, it should be noted, includes only prepayment incentives, no prepayment penalties, and can be paid off at any time during the life of the agreement. In addition, guys, we have very helpfully linked that contract here. This way you'll be able to review it in advance and know exactly what you'll be asked to sign before placing even $1.